Yemen, the country caught in the world's worst humanitarian conflict. In this video, we will be explaining the events leading up to Yemen as we know it today. In our video releasing next week, we will explain the humanitarian crisis in depth. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our videos. In the early 1990s, the Houthi movement started innocently as a way to educate about Zaydism, a branch of Shia Islam found in Yemen. The movement did so because of the repression of Zaydism by the Yemen government under President Saleh. The problem was that in Zaydism, it was believed that only descendants of Muhammad Ali, the Islamic prophet, were allowed to rule Muslims. This posed a direct threat to the country's president's legitimacy, as he was not believed to be a direct descendant. As a result, the government tried to repress Zaydism. The alleged illegitimacy of President Saleh spurred resentment in Houthis. Additionally, they viewed the government as corrupt, accusing government officials of taking away money from the country's people. As the founder of Zaydism had shown anti-corruption precedent, such corruption in the Yemen government further spurred resentment in the Houthis. It wasn't until 2003 that the Houthi movement became radicalized. 2003 marked the U.S. invasion of Iraq, which the Yemen government showed support for. Hussein al-Houthi, the founder of the Houthi movement, in contrast, protested American interference and protested against the country's president. President Saleh, in response to this, tried to arrest the Houthi leader, leading to violent conflict between the Houthis and the government. In the war, Hussein al-Houthi was killed. However, his family continued the movement, which was no longer peaceful. Between 2004 and 2010, 5 more wars like this would occur. The Houthi movement garnered a tremendous amount of support from those angry with the Yemeni government. Beginning in 2011, the Arab world experienced the Arab Spring, which is the term given to the protest against Arab governments. Yemen also experienced the Arab Spring when nationwide protests against the autocratic, corrupt government broke out. The people of Yemen were angered by the rampant corruption and poor economic climate. The Houthis, who had been angered for similar reasons, showed active support for Yemen's Arab Spring. The immense pressure from the Yemeni people, along with the UN, would lead to the resignation of President Saleh. Under the Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC) initiative, power would be transferred from President Saleh to his Vice President Abdul Hadi. This transfer of power was then confirmed through a public referendum. To address the public grievances, a national dialogue conference was established in 2013. This conference started working on establishing new constitutional drafting, a referendum, and national election rules. However, this conference was a failure. It failed to establish solid plans and instead only established general ideas for a future government. The failure of the GCC initiative angered the Houthis and led to the conflict as we know it today in 2020. The Houthis joined forces with military units who were still loyal to former President Saleh and overran the capital of Sana'a in September of 2014. The surrounded Yemeni government surrendered and President Hadi fled to Saudi Arabia, where he enlisted their help in restoring the proper Yemen government. This event marks the start of global intervention and exacerbation of the Yemen conflict. In March of 2015, a Saudi-led coalition attacked Yemen through airstrikes in an attempt to restore the government of President Hadi. Countries such as the United Kingdom and the United States helped the Saudis by providing them with intelligence on the Houthis and military technology. The US also launched about 200 airstrikes of its own, saying that they were trying to combat terrorist groups in the area. As the war continued, the Houthis killed Saleh in 2017 after their alliance was broken. Furthermore, Iran is suspected of helping the Houthis by providing them with military technology. In the middle of all of this chaos, the Yemeni people are stuck in the world's worst humanitarian crisis. Millions are food insecure, face economic turmoil, and suffer from broken health and education systems. In our next video, which will be released on July 11th, we will explain the humanitarian crisis more in depth. The events leading up to the humanitarian crisis in Yemen are very complex, and we hope that this video helped explain how the situation came to be today.